Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how to install an inverter on the Zombie Jeep so that you can run your power tools or whatever else you like. So check it out. But first, check out my website, BleepinJeep.com, where we've got all the best off-road videos on YouTube, none of the boring stuff. We've got how-to videos, we've got hats and t-shirts, muffler bearings, flux capacitors, discount coupon codes, and more. So check that out, BleepinJeep.com. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out the Facebook page for frequent updates on what's going on at BleepinJeep. Alright, are you ready? Let's get started. I use this to trim my beard. Sweet. Alright, now the only modification I needed to make on the inverter itself was to extend the switch. So for that, all I did was I popped out the switch, took the cover off, wired those two wires that were going to the switch into this longer wire, and then I'll wire that to the dash. And that way I can turn this on and off from the dash and not have to be anywhere near the inverter to do it. Alright guys, I've got it almost done, but before I put it in, let me explain to you what's going on here. This is an inverter, of course. Now obviously you can just bolt this down somewhere and plug it in and it'll work just fine, but I like to have my installs just a little more complicated because I just have to do everything the hard way. So I've decided to put it in the door here, and so this has actually turned out to be a lot harder than I expected. But anyway, what I did was to open up this box here, and I took out the switch and I wired the switch so that I could control the on-off function from over here on my switch panel. Let's see, you have to ground it here, so I took this and I ground this here, and I wired some heavy-duty gauge cables from the battery. I use 2 gauge. It's recommended if you're going to run longer than 10 feet that you do double aught, that's 2 gauge, which, I mean, you're talking huge wires. You wouldn't think you would need such a big wire for this thing, but it calls for huge gauge wiring. But I think 2 gauge is going to be just fine because I've only got about 4 feet away, something like that. Alright, so then what I did was I took some extension cords and I put those through the door, wired them in, and then on this side is the male end, and on the other end I cut it off and I wired it to this panel here. So I've got one going to this panel, and another one I'm going to take and run it to the back and have another outlet. Now this is just a 110 outlet like you'd find in your house. And you just wire the extension cord to that outlet, and then whatever you plug in there will get power. So I think that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to put it in and hope that everything works. Alright, well, let's see if it works. First I'm going to turn it on, and then I will plug something in. There we go. Now that's not very impressive, but still kind of cool. Check this out. How about this? Or this? Not only that, I've got 1200 watts to spare, and you won't even notice it's there. Also, with my dual battery setup, if I were to go camping or something, I could just run whatever I need all night long, not worry about it. Then in the morning, my battery's dead, I flip over to the second battery, start it up, and off we go.